So it's been a while. We're back. You were not on vacation.
Nope.
The illusion is you were out of work, but you were just out of the office, but you were in the big office, which would be the courtroom.
Yep.
So you guys just had this trial.
Just ended on Friday. It took 2 weeks.
Yep. And how did it go?
It went really well. Jury came back and they awarded my client just shy of $2 million, and it was a good result. So it's a big difference between the $7,500 offer and jury agreed it's worth $2 million.
So what's to your clients, like, to find a law firm that's actually going to like go to trial? Why is that so important?
So that's important for a couple of reasons. On a lot of cases, it is hard to get the insurance company to give the real value of a case unless you can present the real threat that you're going to go see a jury.
Yeah.
Now, we try to avoid the jury. Like, we try to get it settled so we don't have to do that. But there are a lot of firms out there, insurance companies, they keep dossiers on law firms.
Yeah.
They know the lawyers, they know the law firms, they know the track records. And if you're dealing with certain law firms that they know aren't even going to file the lawsuit at all,
gotcha,
they're going to ship it out, they know that attorney has an economic incentive to get it done at any cost.
Gotcha. And they can press a different angle.
They can press that because they know that guy needs to get it done or his firm's not going to get paid.
Gotcha. So when Clear Counsel Law pops up,
they know that we can resolve it if we can.
But you guys will go all the way.
No problem filing that lawsuit. And we have no problem taking it to the jury. And we have, and the other thing to look at is what's the track record? Because there are a lot of, there are not that many attorneys that actually will, let me take a step back. There are a lot of firms that will take a personal injury case to try to get it settled without a lawsuit. Mm-hmm. Then once you get into litigation, one of the things that each side, the attorneys, we know each other. Like, I know the defense lawyers, they know me. And there are some law firms that we go against that we say we know they're going to have to give us top value before trial because I know that lawyer does not want to go to trial.
Gotcha.
I know that lawyer, I know his track record, he settles everything.
Yep.
And so he's going to go back and pressure the insurance company to get this thing settled. They do the same thing to us, to the plaintiff's attorneys.
Yeah.
They're going to say, you've not been to trial in 10 years. You don't do trials. And so now they know that it's the same thing as the other situation on claims. They know that attorney doesn't have the experience, is probably scared of trial, or they're going to have to bring in a third attorney from another law firm that is experienced to come do the trial, which means they're going to have to give up half their fee. And there may be an economic incentive to get the thing
before
done.
They have to wholesale it out or whatever. It's
right. And so we found that when the other side understands that we have a track record of 7 and 8-figure verdicts, that we just tend to get bigger settlements.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it is. Last year we had a case where we'd gotten a $19 million verdict. And those are rare. They're not impossible. They're not unheard of.
Yeah, but they happen.
They happen, but they're pretty rare. And then about a month later, we mediated, that's a big fancy settlement conference, a case that was really hard that the other side had sworn that they would never pay more than $5,000 on. I have it in writing from them. Hell will,
freeze
over before we pay more than $5,000. They paid $1 million. But part of that is the reputation of understanding, wait a second, these guys can go into trial and they can actually communicate with the jury.
It makes sense now because I was in the bail bond business for over 20 years, and same thing with a criminal guy. You walk in with a lay down lawyer to a criminal, the DA is going to just be like, whatever.
Yeah, what's the risk?
And you come in with this heavyweight from, a huge law firm, they're like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, because at that point they have to really evaluate,
so
do they want to go to trial?
Correct, and they know
you
just brought in a pit bull. So that's you guys. You guys are these big pit bull trial attorneys in the.
I'm a very nice pit bull.
Well, yeah, but that's why I'm here.
Your Counsel Law Group.
Yes.
You're friendly pit bulls.
You're friendly pit bulls. But yeah, no, that's a good one because like I said, a lot of people don't know this stuff.
Right.
And it's really hard to talk to an attorney. On any level, like even at a party, you're not talking to you know what I mean?
Right.
And because you guys, when you're out, you don't want to talk about work because you just did these, and so it's hard to get these conversations, and it's really good for people to hear this stuff.
I think it's important if you have, let's say, if you got a serious case that has tiny insurance policy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you still want to be in the hands of a good attorney just in case things go south and it's got to go the distance. But, most practitioners can just take care of that. But if you've got like a catastrophic injury case, like you're seriously hurt or you're going to be hurt for the rest of your life, and, it makes a lot of sense to go and interview law firms, and you want to ask, do you do trials? Do you have track record of trials? Years ago when I was a brand new attorney and I was trying to figure out how to do things, I had this pretty big case. I'd never handled a big trucking case before. And so I was looking to bring in somebody to show me the ropes and make sure my client was well taken care of.
Yeah.
And I went to this attorney that I had met a number of times. He had been doing it for 10 years. And he gave me this spiel about how I needed to give the case to him because, he has experience with trucking and he knows how to make these things really big. And I ended up not giving him the case. I brought in another attorney to help me show me the ropes on that.
Yeah.
And then about 5 years later, I was on this big giant email chain with a bunch of attorneys. And I saw this attorney asking questions that were just so very basic. They were very clear. He'd never actually run a trucking case before.
Oh, man. That's brutal. Yeah. So if I go into a law firm and I say, hey, do you guys have trials? They have to tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Right?
So first of all, they have to tell you the truth.
Okay.
And ask them, what trials have you done? Do you have any 7-figure, 8-figure trials? And ask what the track record is to see that they actually have somebody in that office that can communicate to the jury. And not only that, they can bring the firm the reputation that's going to put sort of the fear of God into the defense team where they know they have to deal with it seriously.
And you answer yes to those questions.
Without any hesitation.
Well, that's what we're here for. That's what we want to know. Sweet. So, I mean, again, you go to trial, you get the big tickets, 7-8-figure settlements, you fight for the clients. That's why, I mean, that's what, that's why we've been with you guys forever, and again, you've been my attorney on things and we use you and stuff like that. And, to the group and everybody else on the page and, all of Las Vegas really it's good to know that you're here.
Right. No, listen, I appreciate the group because they've been good to me, and but at the end of the day, I generally don't like toot my own horn in this way, but this is the forum, I guess. But we are really good at what we do, at being able to bring justice and a fair result to our clients. And if we need to take it all the way, then, I mean, it's what we do.
It's what you do.
It's what we do.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Jared. We appreciate you always talking to us and giving us the inside scoop and letting us know you're ready to go all the way for the clients.
Yeah. I appreciate being here. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.